is it possible to ride across Canada on just $50 a day? Well, that's the budget I've set for my 2026 adventure across Canada on the TCAT, the Trans-Canadian Adventure Trail. So let's break down some of the budget and figure out how I'm going to do this. So the reality for me is I am not rich, I'm not retired, I don't have a lot of money. So if I didn't do it on a $50 a day budget, I wouldn't get a chance to do this at all. So I'm not approaching this as a holiday. I'm approaching this as my summer job. I'll be working hard all day long, shooting video, capturing all the moments, meeting all the people, and then editing videos each night and uploading them for everybody to watch the next day and find out where I'm at. I'm also going to be doing some online work to pick up the slack, and hopefully I can put it all together. If I can make this work on this tight a budget, I'm hoping this encourages other folks to just get out there and have an adventure. And to stay within that budget, it's going to take discipline. It's going to make me really carefully choose everything I buy, all the food, how I spend my fuel, my off days, camping fees, and make it all come together and stay under budget. That $50 a day limit is going to make me be very creative and stick to being quite disciplined in my fuel stops and every single piece of food I buy. So I think the best way to understand how this budget at $50 a day is going to work is to look at more of a week-long average of $250. That way I can go higher in some days and lower in other days. Because of course on a rest day I may have camping fees and higher expenses for groceries, but I don't have any fuel costs. So it all works out in the wash. One of the biggest expenses for a trip across the country by motorcycle is going to be fuel. The average ride day is only going to be about between 250 and 350 kilometers because with that much off pavement, that's enough. And of course you can ride longer than that in a day. But because I'm camping along the way, breaking down camp in the morning, getting all prepped on the bike, ride all day, and then stopping in camp before dark, eating food, setting up camp, it all just takes more time than just grabbing a hotel and a quick meal. The Cove 450 rally that I'll be riding does prefer to drink premium fuel, so that's what's going to get. Of course, that costs more than regular. Fuel prices do vary quite a bit across this big country of ours. I really am hoping that the lower prices in Alberta will offset some of the higher prices in other parts of the country. The Cove 450 rally does hold 32 liters of fuel at a time, so that works out to about 550 kilometers on all three tanks being full, which gives me a little bit of wiggle room so I can fuel up in larger centers where fuel might be a little bit less expensive. But basically with the bike completely full, I'm good for 2-ish days of riding. So based on very rough estimates, I'm looking at sort of $180 to $240 in fuel a week. And of course, the other big expense will be food. No restaurants. It's going to be camp cooking only for the entire summer. It's actually fairly easy to eat affordably. It just takes time for all the food preparation, the cooking, and the pre-packing meals for lunches. For example, a dozen eggs goes for about $5. So if you break that down, that works out to about 30 cents an egg. Which gives you 4 eggs for 3 days or 3 eggs for 4 days. The biggest thing is just taking the time to transport them safely, which will mean boiling them right after I buy them at the grocery store. Breakfast will be pretty easy. I'm a simple guy. I just need a couple of cups of coffee in the morning and a Vega protein powder shake, and I'm good to go for the day. Suppers will be definitely a bit more involved. I'll be able to take the time in camp to chop things up and do slower cooking, with the idea being that I'll make larger portions for supper and I'll have leftovers for lunch the next day. I think the biggest thing with food is going to be the in-between days. Grocery stores have everything, but if I'm between major centers, I may be just living off what I can get at general stores and gas stations in the middle of nowhere for a while. And like I say, not a fancy guy, but it'll have to be a little creative to make sure that the meals are not the same thing every single day and have a little bit of variety. Food will be $100, $110 in groceries. And this gets a bit more into the nitty-gritty of the budgeting, but I've already had many riders in the community reach out and say, hey, when you come through this area, come by and I'll cook you a meal. And to be fully fair and transparent about all that, I'm going to assign a fair market value to that meal that they provide me. So it may not come out of my pocket, but it still comes out of the budget. And of course, naturally on a trip like this across the country, accommodation is always a very huge expense and part of the budget. I'll be doing my best for free camping and wild camping all the way across as I go. But of course, you can't ride every single day. I'll need rest days. And on those rest days, I'm probably going to get a campground. Be a good opportunity to do lots of cooking, do laundry, have a warm shower, dry everything out, and a reset for the next couple days. And naturally, campground costs will vary across the country, so I'll be doing my best to find budget-friendly options, which will be likely around $25, $30 if I can find them. And naturally, there's all the little things along the way that you don't think about and can't really pre-plan. things that break along the way that'll need some maintenance, the odd little thing. Eventually I'm going to run out of toothpaste and have to buy more toothpaste, things like that. And of course, the other big thing to take into consideration is the bike itself. You can't go 20,000 kilometers without doing a bunch of maintenance. It's going to need oil changes, it'll need a new drivetrain, it'll go through a number of sets of tires. And fortunately, that's where my relationship with Kobe Canada comes in. They're going to help me maintain my bike along the way. But of course, I am still looking for a tire sponsor, so we'll see how that one goes. There are unexpected things that will arise. Fuel costs out in the middle of nowhere will naturally be higher, and food prices will be as well. Rest days will be great for maintaining the bike, but there's still unexpected breakdowns. I'll be going through the bike with a fine-tooth comb, doing pre-trips every day to make sure that it's fit as a fiddle, but things do still happen. Weather may force some reroutes and some longer sections, but we're going to stick to the main route as much as we can. And naturally, one of the biggest things we'll have to deal with is the urge to splurge on either accommodation or fancier food. I'm going to be tracking everything. I'm going to be logging it all into a big spreadsheet or a budget app, where basically every day is going to get a plus 50. And everything that I spend that day comes out as a minus. So that'll be fuel, food, incidentals, camping, laundry costs, whatever that may be. So we'll have a running total as we go, and hopefully I'll be able to keep it in the black. And naturally building routines every day where I spend the time, take the time, do the planning, do the work, do the prep, and maintain all the gear will be key to the success of this whole entire trip. And naturally you are along for the ride. The whole idea of shooting content all day long and then doing a vlog at night in camp is a big part of the success of this trip. And the outpouring of support from the community already has been just overwhelming. So many folks have reached out to say, hey, I'll buy you some food. Hey, I'll buy you a pocket of ramen. Hey, I'll buy you some fuel for the day. Hey, you can stay in my backyard. I've actually had a few people say, I've got a full garage and all the tools. If you need tire changes or oil changes, have the stuff shipped to my address and you can do the work when you come through. It really is incredible. This community is just wonderful. So yes, $50 a day for 7 months is going to be a challenge, but that's the whole point. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Although I've done quite a few trips where I've been living off the bike for long periods of time, 7 months is definitely way longer than I've done it consistently. I'm gonna need every single tip I can to save every penny. So comment down below and give me all your tips for saving money and living off the bike for a long extended period of time. Every time you watch, it's another shiny nickel from YouTube in my pocket towards another tank of fuel. But remember, this isn't a vacation, this is my summer job. So like, subscribe, follow, share, tell your friends, come out for the ride, join me for the day, come camp with me at night. This is it's gonna be a community event and everybody's gonna be along for the ride.